Ben Hall here. I'm standing backstage at FSW Ground Zero 2024, and I'm actually with someone that you may have seen, but you might not know. Scoop, our faithful photographer here at FSW, as well as other promotions around town.
Correct.
I think you shoot stuff for let's see here, Pride Style.
Mhm.
Do you do a Versus Grab House, any of that stuff?
Versus and as well as BBW.
Oh, and BBW, okay. So photographer, you're probably got one of the best seats in the house.
Correct.
Sometimes sometimes one of the most dangerous seats in the house. uh, Tell me, being a photographer, how did you decide to get into wrestling photography?
I was always into wrestling anyway as a fan. I've been a longtime fan. My dad and I used to watch growing up Saturday mornings, WWF Superstars. My dad and I sit down and watch it at home. But photography wise, I've been shooting since I was 10, 11, 13 years old at the latest. Started on film. I've always interested in capturing stories, and for me, pro wrestling has always been story drives pro wrestling, regardless of what the action is. If action without direction or story is a moot point, so to be able to capture that action and story in stills and take the photo that makes people get the story without having to watch the whole match, it's almost aiming for.
Yeah, you've actually in the recent couple of years, you've actually had some of your stuff published in like PWI and whatnot.
Right.
How does that feel?
It's a full circle moment because you grow up buying these magazines and seeing all these awesome shots, and as a photographer, like, oh man, I want to do that, and then to have the opportunity come up where it actually happens is pretty full circle, pretty neat. Like it was kind of cathartic and emotional getting the actual physical copy of the magazine and going, I did that.
Yeah,
It's pretty cool.
that's cool. A lot of talent also, will work with you sometimes to use your shots for like merchandise and other promotional stuff. Whenever they do that, do you have like a sense of pride when you see like fans buy shirts that have like your pictures on them?
It's a double edged sword. It's a sense of pride knowing I did that, but I'm more happy that the talent is getting something that they enjoy, that they're willing to put their time and money and effort into having me do it for them. That means more to me than having my knowing that's my work. It's knowing that my work is going towards somebody that wants it, appreciates it, wants to use it, and it's making themselves look good.
What about whenever talent doesn't ask you to use your photos? What do you want to say about that?
I get a little spicy about that. Like, this gear isn't cheap. Like,
I know.
I've dropped easily a car on what I do, and my time is important to me. Uh, Take the time to take care of us.
Definitely.
We drive what makes this work. Without us, no one sees you. And we really want you guys to be seen. I want you guys to be heard. When you're out there being heard, it's making us look good. So take care of us, please, because we're willing to work with you. Just help.
Definitely. And don't erase watermarks. I just want to say that myself. Don't erase watermarks.
Don't ever erase
Please let
watermarks.
the guys do the watermarks. We're about to have a guest star, it looks like.
Yeah, we have a guest star.
Yeah. So we got Shogun here making his appearance on Backstage with Ben Hall. But that's the great thing about this. I was actually having this conversation with someone else a little while ago when I was shooting. Robbie Litt came in. I was like, oh no, I didn't know you were recording. It's like, it's fine. It's Backstage with Ben Hall. That's where we're literally backstage at FSW Ground Zero. And you never know what you're gonna see here. You never know who's gonna pop in. I'm hoping to get maybe a Danny Limelight or somebody back here today. That's my goal.
Yeah.
But going back to when we first started, I was like, sometimes the most dangerous spot. I've seen you be stomped on and landed on, and
Yep.
wires broken, hitting you.
Yep.
What goes through your mind when something like that happens as a photographer ringside?
Oh crap. The wire at BBW was just everything. A lot of this happened so fast. You don't have time to process until it's already happened.
Mm-hmm.
The guide wire underneath the ring snaps around, drills me in the ankle. By the time it hit me, I didn't know what happened. I heard it break. I was like, oh, the ring broke. Pow. Oh no. And then that's at a show with kids, so your instinct is to swear and yell, but I couldn't because there was small children around me. So oh fudge as I'm walking it off. Pride style, I got my nose broken. Godspeed went for a springboard on the corner. His foot came off, kicked my camera directly into my face. Looked like Ric Flair, full crimson mask, broke my nose. Again, it happened so fast, I didn't have time to react. It just happens, and it's a lot like being in the ring. You got to keep going.
Yeah. Some fans complain whenever there's a photographer ringside. You know, maybe you're in the way or whatever. What do you have to? What do you think about whenever you're shooting to try to get the action and do your job, but at the same time not take away from the fan experience?
I always kind of remind myself of the fan experience. Yes, I try to get as low as I can. There's sometimes you just can't. There's all of a sudden people are in your face and there's fighting going around you. You got to scramble to protect yourself. Stay out of the roamer's view. Stay out of hard cam view, and make sure the people behind you can still see. It's being very conscious about that. And then once I always try to introduce myself to people around me so they know, hey, I'm going to be here. Uh, Build a bridge, basically. You know, be nice. Treat people good, and they're a lot more understanding.
Yeah. You know, well, you've been published. You've done a lot of cool shows. What's your ultimate goals as a photographer in pro wrestling?
Oh, every year I set a goal for myself. Like I make a list. It's on my wall. It's a vision board thing. And this year, one of my goals is to get into PWI. It happened in February, so that knocked that one off. I still want to shoot. I don't even care if it's hard cam for one of the bigger promotions, Double or Nothing, WrestleMania. If I get in the door and shoot for that, I'll be happy.
I don't take too much of your time. I know we're getting ready to do a show, and you got to get your equipment ready. Thank you so much for stepping back here. I want to give the fans, you know, something a little bit different. You know, I want to get like photographers on here, referees, audio people you guys never see, or if you do see, you only see them whenever they're getting hurt and have to say fudge in front of the kids.
Yeah,
But
or bleeding.
yeah. Thank you for your time, Scoop.
No problem, man. Appreciate it. Thank you.